Mechakara, Lord Vice, and Entity arcs were all begun without any clear endpoint. In fact, most of the Mechakara and Vice arcs were done completely on the fly, introducing ideas and concepts as they came to me, or when I felt it had been a while since the last storyline episode and thought one should be done. This is where ideas like Mechakara creating the Countdown Demon, or Vice being responsible for the Vorsoth came into play. Near the end of each of them, I got more of an idea of where things were going to end up. You're watching the Atop the Fourth Wall 300th episode celebration live stream.
Greetings, everyone. I am Lotus Prince of Lotus Prince Let's Plays, and you are watching the Atop the Fourth Wall 300th episode celebration live stream. Damn. I had the opportunity to be creative, and I totally squandered it.
And now, excerpts from the Super Dictionary with that guy with the hat. Friendly. Atom and Flash are friendly toward one another. They are helpful to one another. Last year, they were even friendlier. They were friendliest then because a bad man was out to catch them both.
Oh my. I love the Super Dictionary stuff. I'm still not entirely certain why the Super Dictionary was made. I mean, I get it. It's written on the thing. They took like 4,000 words that the most were the most used among children that they needed to know, and then made superheroes connect to them. But they're just so bizarre. You couldn't just like take random pieces of dialogue and then add the definition from the actual comics. It's such a weird thing. Oh, and there's lots and lots of people asking questions. I'm sorry if I don't get to your question right away, but remember, we have a live Q&A later on tonight before we announce the #1 fan favorite episode. Beyond that, I'm glad you guys are enjoying things so far. Again, I'm really sorry about the international people who are having problems watching the stream, and for any lag or anything like that. Usually just refresh the page, it'll be fine. And for your international people, again, sorry you're having issues with it. Like I said, I'm going to be putting this up later, and you'll enjoy it then. I'm going to ask this question right now. Do I have an archive of the storyline episodes? Yes, I do. If you go to atopthefourthwall.com and you go into the archive, you'll notice in the upper right corner this little golden atop the fourth wall symbol. That's a storyline marker. That indicates there's a storyline in that episode. And if you hit the storyline tag, it will automatically bring up every single episode with storyline in it. So, let's move on to the next in the countdown. Countdown. What a funny thing. Countdown to Infinite Crisis was DC's follow-up to their highly successful weekly maxi series 52. The story featured numerous subplots that ended up crossing paths with one another over the course of the story, ultimately ending with events that had a lasting impact that still felt today in comics. The story was self-contained, except for a tie-in miniseries near the end of the story called World War III. World War III was not very good. It was violent, unnecessary, and killed off more heroes. However, it was 4 comics that were said to tie into 52 and all sold on the same day, making a crap ton of money. This convinced DC that their next weekly series should contain lots and lots of tie-ins and spin-off material to maximize profit. This meant that many stories are missing scenes because they happened in other comics, the stories themselves aren't very interesting, and the ultimate event that they were counting down to completely ignored the maxi series and simply did its own thing, meaning the entire existence was utterly pointless. Number 7 on our fan favorite episodes list is Countdown Part 2. Everyone right now is making lots of who does the thing, who nouns the verb, or verb's the noun, whatever. It's very odd like that. Man, Countdown is such a weird-ass comic. I mean, so many alternate universes, so much dimensional instability. You never know what kind of weird shenanigans will pop up with stuff like that. mean, it'd be like the future and the past interacting in some variety, but who could expect something like, holy crap! Guys! We have a visitor from the future!
From the future! From the future. Hello!
I don't know how well you can hear him right now.
From the future.
From the future.
I'm going to grab a chair.
Yeah, there should be a chair somewhere around here you can use. Yeah. And, yeah, I'm going to try to get his microphone in here because otherwise you probably can't hear him.
Can they hear me?
Don't be able to hear both anyway.
Hi, Linkara's dad.
Hi, Linkara. Well, I guess they see me at least.
No, I can see it right now. There's a stream video over here, and on the camera it looks like we're looking to the side. Because, of course, I'm not ever looking at the camera during any of this.
Okay, if I could plug into your USB port here.
I'm recording this.
Is that working?
Well, we're going to see in a minute if people can actually hear you or not. Right now it's installing driver software.
Oh, okay. Somebody say if I'm sounding okay.
Who fathers the dad? Yeah, we were watching Countdown right before you arrived.
Yeah, we were watching.
But you were in the car earlier. I mean, unless you were streaming on your phone or something.
No, we weren't doing that.
Still installing software.
To somebody who's asking, Fat Grandma is not related to me.
Who's Fat Grandma?
I don't know. I just read the comments.
Love that I'm making that into a thing. Who's Fat Grandma?
His mic is not working, they say.
No, it's still installing the software. Plus, it's a 30-second delay on the stream.
All right, well.
And it's still installing the driver software.
All right.
Again, it might confuse everything. This might actually make the entire thing worse when we try to do this. We might end up like switching between us.
Yeah.
Where's Fat Grandpa? Who installs the software? Guys!
In the future, there is no software.
All right, it's installed now. Now we don't. Now we'll you can just start talking, and we'll see if people can hear you.
All right. Well, I can just talk loudly too, if that helps.
There's lots of yelling going on.
That's right. Just like when you lived at home.
No. Even they pointed it out. In the old episodes, I was considerably quieter because I was trying to be conscientious of you guys in the house.
Right. Yeah. They never understand. I mean, I guess people probably don't understand that. It's like he was down the hallway from us. He'd record in the middle of the night, of course, and some people sleep every once in a while. Mostly his mother, but not me. But
Whose son's the father? Okay, now you're just getting weird, guys.
Who tops the fourth wall? Yeah. So I don't know.
Nash says that he thinks OBS can only use one mic source. So.
All right. Well, then I'm going to I'll just take this off.
I'm going to say we'll hold it up like this, and we'll see if people can hear us that way.
I'm going to just unplug it.
All right.
So maybe it'll be better. Maybe it won't. Here, I'll back up so that I'm in the view or something.
There, you can see us both.
What a high-tech operation this is.
I know. This is just the most sophisticated thing I've ever done.
All right. Well, yeah. So congratulations, Lewis. I mean, this is pretty incredible.
Thank you.
Have you ever told your fans the deeper, darkest story about how you got started at this?
No, but I'm sure you're going to share it anyway.
Yeah. Well, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, when Lewis was going to college, I would occasionally drop him off when he was living at our house. And at one point, in his junior year, I was asking, so Lewis, after $80,000 worth of college tuition, what do you think you're going to do as a writer? And it's
I thought I would write horrible fantasy novels that I look back now on and regret, but people keep buying even though I tell them not to.
Oh, well, that's what happens when you're the big time, But anyway, so I'd said, well, there's all kinds of opportunity out there on the internet, and kind of I went into some boring lecture about disintermediation and how you could break through the publishing arms and blah 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 blah. And I, Lewis, of course, was.
They're saying they still can't hear you even like that, so put on the headset.
Right. So, Lewis being a kid, well, a young man, finally said, okay, Dad, sure. And of course, I thought he was just ignoring me. And sure enough, several weeks later, he had started the written show, or the precursor to the video, what it was called.
That guy with the hat for that guy with the glasses contest.
Right. And then and the rest, they say, is history. Now, that's the secret origin story. Just like comic books, there's a secret origin story. Although it's not very exciting. But
you said it was dark and twisted and horrible.
Okay, I overhyped it.
Much like the stream for people, because I said it would be commercial free, but Justin TV apparently has decided to put on lots and lots and lots and lots of commercials, especially for the poor international audience.
Well, the thing is, they have to pay their bills too.
Yes, and I'm okay with that. But it's still teasing a lot of these poor people who want to watch the stream and made time for the stream, and I feel sad about that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I minimized their pay.
You don't care, do you?
Not really.
Okay. Basically I started this by ripping off someone else's idea.
Well, okay.
Because I was inspired to do it from the critic and from having a contest, and the contest was running.
But wasn't it, was it Picasso or Steve Jobs who said, that great artists steal?
It was Einstein who said the secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources.
Okay. There you go.
That sounds like an internet quote.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Also, you can't hear, but Admiral Mommy is also here.
Admiral Mommy from Starfleet headquarters. Come on. She can put her head in between here.
Hi. And there you go.
And suddenly it got much better looking.
No.
You're
There,
hiding.
there. Yeah, I want to learn how to hide better.
She gave me rabbit ears.
Congratulations, Louis.
Thank you. It says we only have 18 viewers. I don't think that's quite right. No, 974 viewers right now.
Yeah, well, see, when your mom got here, the numbers.
The numbers shot up instantly once we actually had a woman on the stream.
Whoa, hot-looking chick!
That was my mom. She played Admiral Mommy and Ghost of Christmas Past, and then refused to do anything else ever again. No.
Well, you know what else she did?
She also played Linkara's mother in the first episode you
That's right. She screamed up, clean your room.
And I didn't.
Right. Well, in fact, she should
be yelling that right now, because
looking at the apartment, it could use a little.
It could, because I was filming 300th episode stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Good artist copy, great artist steal.
Yep.
That's what we should honor my mother. My mom. We should be singing Mr. T's song about motherhood.
I don't know it.
Mother, there is no other like mother, so treat her right.
You should do a duet with Harvey.
With Harvey, and sing it as Mr. T.
Yeah. That would be great.
And then watch it as he tosses me off the stage. Kid, I've gotten over that whole thinking you're my son thing.
That would be good. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure that people understand that we are, in fact, some of your biggest fans. Not just because.
See, they say that they didn't like the Batman Fortunate Son episode.
Okay, we're also some of your biggest critics, which
they also didn't like the Red Hood and the Outlaws episode. Okay. They also didn't like Amazon's Attack prologue.
It's very interesting how the episodes we didn't like has stuck with you. But at 300 episodes, I would say that the lion's share of your work we actually do like.
The reason why I remember those in particular, the reason why, especially the Amazon's Attack prologue, is because you told me, and I think that was Batman Fortune Son, this is the one that'll get people to stop watching you. This episode is that bad, Lewis. That people are not going to put up with this, and they're going to leave you in droves.
Yep. See, again, this is what you get to do when you're in the big time. You get to hack on your dad in front of thousands of people.
I didn't realize your fans' tolerance for Drek was so low?
You can't hear it. My mom just said I did not know that your fans' tolerance for Drek was so low.
Ouch.
Which
Now,
well, have you seen my fight scenes?
now, of course, does your family actually call you Linkara? No, we don't call him Linkara.
You're now Dad Kara, apparently, and she is Mom Kara.
But we do sing the theme song.
They do sing the theme song every
We
week.
do sing we do sing the theme song. In fact, we should probably do that sometime together.
But not now.
But not right now.
Okay. But let's see. What was I saying? No, somebody said something. I was reading the comments here, and somebody said something pretty interesting.
I can try to scroll back up, but it only has a limited thing here.
No, that's okay. Somebody will have to say something else interesting so that I can look at it.
Where's Bro Kara? He's at home washing his tights.
That's terrible. That brings up a whole visual image I don't want to think about.
Oh God, now you made me think of it. I was just making the Batman joke, and you had to make it weird, Dad. You had to make it weird.
I make it weird. That's right.
He's busy with his own life.
Well, no,
He has a life, yes.
Yeah. What I was saying was that that your fans probably think there are no bad episodes.
Linkara fans Tumblr actually did put up their episode of what they think were the worst episodes of the show.
I was going to say that's a poll you don't want to run.
I don't run that poll because I don't want to feel depressed.
That's right. It's hard enough to hear us say it.
Although, according to Miss of the Linkara fans, my worst episode is the Quick Bunny review. Not because it isn't funny, but because the comic is so horrible that she can't stand to watch it. Which, I can understand that, but I frankly think it's one of my funniest. But what do I know?
Neutral!
Neutral is your best episode, but of course, the fans may have a different idea.
Oh, yes, because we're still counting down the list. We just got finished with number 7, and after we finish up here, and after we go through some more bumper stuff in between, we will get to the number 6, which I'm sure you're going to spoil just to be mean, but I don't want you to, so no. Anyway.
It is...
No. I'm dropping it now.
It is Linkara visits... No, it's... No. Somebody says they like the Quick Buddy one.
Oh, and Dodger says that she didn't like the Lady Gaga review, and that's fair enough. I get why people would like or I get why people like or dislike certain episodes, either because I wasn't funny enough, or the content is so bad, or they felt my critiques were off, or something like that. Because 300 episodes, I'm gonna make some mistakes.
Well, somebody says the Tandy Whiz Kids, and I'm trying to figure out if they like the Tandy Whiz Kids or they don't like the Tandy Whiz Kids. That's an interesting thing.
Well, in the reviews or the comments?
Well, yeah. Hello, fellow Minnesotans. Yes. Lewis does the voice better than I do.
Which voice? You mean the Minnesotan voice?
That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. Wally and me were going up to the co-op that one day. We had to put some chains on tires, make them into snow tires. Then we went ice fishing, got some crappies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got some crappies, all right.
You betcha.
All righty. Actually, it's funny. We talked about the fact that, we like Neutro. But actually, the other thing is, I like a number of your live shows.
Mm-hmm.
I think you do a very, very good job, and the audience participation can be a real hoot. Sometimes it can be real obnoxious, but sometimes the jokes coming out of the crowd are pretty damn good. For everybody who goes to a live show, you have an awesome responsibility. That is, Lewis has to try to be funny every week. If you go to a live show and you shout out something, you should really try to be funny, because it'll be captured for posterity.
Yep. And don't try to force a running gag.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell the one joke, and if it's good enough to be a running gag, I will try to repeat it at the appropriate time.
Okay, so I'm jealous, Linkara. My parents won't watch my reviews because they're too long, when they're usually shorter than yours. Although we have to say, we're not a huge fan of some of the longest episodes. The
300th episode is going to be an hour and a half long.
Indeed.
I'm splitting it into 3 parts. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I won't tip anything about it because I know some things about it.
Yep, and I'm trying to keep a lot of the elements of it secret until the end of the live stream. I don't know if I've decided to announce it yet because people were kind of on the fence about whether or not they wanted to learn or they wanted to learn tomorrow morning.
Oh. Well, you could give like a clue.
It's really horrible.
No, that's not a very good clue.
Well, anything else, they're going to know instantly what it is because any other clue I can think of is obvious.
See, now that's interesting because I talked about that with you. You know, somebody said Dad Cara should do a live show. And
About having you host the bits?
Well, it would be funny if we did that, like when you do a Minneapolis convention, I could say it's from the future.
I would not be against doing that. The problem being that I only really have one or two Minnesota conventions that I do, surprisingly enough, which is usually Anna Minneapolis, which always fun.
Oh, go ahead, pump it. Yeah.
Yes, I'm pumping it. Of course I'm going to promote it.
No, it's good.
Because they keep me coming.
It's like,
then I can sell things at them.
You don't have a book you want to show? Or wait a second, where's some DVDs?
Yeah, right. we seem to have the thing that we have a mysterious message thing from the future coming. Oh, look!
Folks, it's very important that you buy this so he doesn't have to move back home. So, buy this.
Very important.
Anyway.
She just upset because my old bedroom is now her office.
That's true. People would be horrified. Long time show fans, of course. Now, if you follow the Linkara continuity, the house is blown up, so it shouldn't matter anymore. But they would be horrified to know that.
See, you remember that bit? I love that.
I'm a fan, man. So anyway, so longtime fans, would be horrified to know that what the past home of the futon is now your mother's office.
And all the walls have been painted, so even if I wanted to film something there just for old time's sake, it doesn't look the same anymore. The shelf was taken down.
Oh yeah, she's got glass whiteboards on the wall.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're not giving tours.
We're not giving tours.
Which is why the Archie Comics review, I had to be green screen because, for one thing, there was no way in hell I was going to get the futon back in there.
Yeah.
Okay, for this one-time episode, I need help moving the heavy futon out of my third-floor apartment, down the stairs, across town, back to your place, and up the stairs back in. We barely got it out of there.
It was hard enough getting the futon out. So yeah.
And they're saying you guys should come to Youmacon and Con Bravo.
Yeah, I see that. Because that's our idea of a vacation
is watching me.
Is to go follow our son around.
I don't like vacations anyway. What difference does it
Yeah. So what else? Before we depart and let you get your show back on the road, is there anything else that we should talk about from our unique perspective of this particular thing? Maybe somebody in the audience will ask us something profound. We can try to comment. I'm vamping a little bit to give them time to do that.
Yeah, because again, 30-second delay on the stream.
Yeah.
A Top for a Christmas special featuring Fama.
We did that already. Do people not remember the Ghost of Christmas?
Yeah, the Extreme Super Christmas special, which that was one instance of it. And technically, with the Batman Noel review, you play Future Linkara and that with Harvey Feinvoice feels, as the kids these days call it.
Dad Cara, what's your favorite episode? Well, I have lots of favorites, but I do have a special place in my heart for Neutro. And part of it is because of the voices. He did a great job on the voices with Neutro. Now, it's a very early episode, and it's very young Lewis, but it's pretty cool.
Mom, what's your favorite episode?
Neutro!
Yeah, she's a Neutro fan,
I like
too.
the first Sci-Spy.
But she really loves the first Sci-Spy. I do not like the first Sci-Spy. I think it's boring, and the opening bit goes on too long. Plus, I can't monetize that video on YouTube because I used that James Bond opening.
Yeah. Dad Cara's opinion on the Christmas Harvey. It was a very, very well written episode. He did a fantastic job on that, and actually his acting was when he was kneeling at the grave was pretty awesome. And you did a great job on that. I mean, and I'm not saying that just because I was in it.
Oh, well, thank
Just mostly.
well, thank you very much. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that was a good episode.
I always feared how that episode would be received because I put it out on Christmas Eve, so I was like, oh, God, I'm going to be the show that ruined Christmas. This episode is all about a dead kid. What is it with me and dead kids on my show?
Let's have some dead kids here on the Linkara Christmas special. Yeah. Let's see, Dad Cara. What do you think of the nickname of Dad Cara? Well, no, I don't think all that much of it. Future Linkara is better, but whatever. Mr. Lovelock, who is your favorite AT4W side character? Oh, I have to say, I number one is probably Harvey because Harvey's pretty cool. 90s Kid in small doses is pretty cool, but as the episode that you hosted with 90s Kids proved, that too much 90s Kid is too much.
It's this weird split among fans. Some people that one went like halfway. Half people said do more like this. Other people said, oh God, that was an interesting experiment, but don't ever do that again.
Don't ever bring 90 Kids. Let's see.
How much do you know about Pokemon?
Not anything. Let's see. I've always seen you as older Linkara from an alternate universe. When Linkara was reviewing comics in the 40s and the Golden Age, what do you think of this idea? Oh boy, that's a deep question. I'd have to give a lot of thought to it. Did you ever read comic books when you were a kid? Not a lot. Not a lot. But we had to kill our dinosaurs first, and then anyway.
Did you ever get your hat back?
Did you ever get your hat back? Well, of course, it depends on which continuity you're in, because which alternate universe. Let's see. No, it's not a family hobby. The comics are not a family hobby. Let's see.
And Graham only loosely follows comic stuff. He mostly followed Nightwing. He gave up after New 52. Now I think he pirates everything.
Yeah. Future Cara, do you like the same sci-fi shows as Linkara? Well, of course, we are big Trek fans. We are also big Babylon 5 fans. And let's see what else.
My mom's a big Blake 7 fan. She was the one who introduced me to it.
Yeah, Blake 7 is cool for its time, and the writing is pretty cool.
You hate Matt Smith as Doctor Who.
Oh my God, yuck! I'm looking forward to the new guy.
UFO.
What?
UFO.
Oh, UFO. Yeah. If people want to know about some wild sci-fi from back in the day, back in my day in the 70s, watch UFO. You can get it on Hulu. It's pretty cool.
1980.
Yeah.
The theme song for UFO just keeps flashing. 1980. Our old future.
Yeah. Let's see. Future Linkara, did you ever have any doubts about Linkara's chosen profession? I actually, no. Actually, I encouraged it, strangely enough.
I know. I was actually really surprised at it. I figured you guys would think of it as a waste of time, but no. You said that internet media was the future, so embrace it and do your thing.
Oh yeah, and yeah. I mean, I'm just glad he could, make a living at it. To be honest with you,
so am I.
Yeah. But what people probably don't know, because of course it looks like it's so much fun and sitting, if you sit on the futon and turn on the camera, is just how much prep goes into it. I mean, and I'm not trying to say, oh, poor Lewis. This is Lewis's chosen profession. So and he obviously loves it. But I mean, this kid's working all the time. I mean,
this is technically work right now.
I mean, I know a lot of people. I mean, I'll try to give you a little help here. I know a lot of people are saying, where's that Power Ranger stuff and blah blah blah. But but people really don't even understand. I mean, well, probably some do, but just don't understand how much effort goes into this. I mean, you spend a lot of time writing and editing and promoting and doing all kinds of stuff. So, it's more than a full-time job. So anyway, I should stop.
Rambling.
Yeah,
that's all good.
Let's see.
That's what a live show is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what a live show is. Let's see.
Siren Field, his favorite episode with Neutro.
Yeah, Neutro, and then there's lots of other ones. The Mecha-Kara series I also liked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lot of fun filming that. I mean, that was back at our house, and the goofy hand. I mean, the goofy mechanical hand thing is.
That's back in my office right now.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. It's just bizarre. I mean, that was a great innovation, and the red eyes was Terminator-esque was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Will there ever be a future '90s kid? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Future '90s kid.
Sort of. It really goes deep. It really goes to '90s kid origin story, which I have not gotten into because there's no need to go into it, and it would be kind of meta, and people would have a hard time. I don't want to give it away in case I ever want to build a storyline around it. Right. But I figured out his origin. It is not a dark, horrible origin.
Yeah. Future Linkara, have you ever met any other reviewers like Doug Walker, Lindsay? I've met Spoonie.
Yeah, the problem is most of the reviewers don't come to Minnesota. I have to go out to them because they're jerks. No.
Future's 90 kid would be Future 2000s kid. That's a
2090s kid.
2090s kid, yeah. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Fat Grandma? I tried not to think about Fat Grandma, actually.
What are you thinking about report? Don't make me sass you! Yeah, that does not sound like either of my actual grandmas. Yeah. If I wanted to sound like my actual grandma, his mother, well, I'd probably sound a bit more like this. Why don't you ever call me?
Yeah. And if she's watching right now, you are in trouble.
Oh, dear.
Let's see. And my day is made with Dad Cara doing 90s Kid. Well,
I love you, Grandma.
Great. I'm glad I made somebody's day. Let's see. Any other things before we take off here?
Is there going to be a future Fat Grandma?
Future Fat Grandma. No, she would be dead. She would be dead. Future Fat Grandma.
No, I got my head crushed and if you're frozen. I can sass you from beyond the grave.
Dad Cara, you've always been credited as L. Lefthog. What is your first name? Luscious. No. Let's see. Ludicrous. I think that would be.
Yeah, we're going to call you Ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
What do you think of Malarte?
Oh, Long Box of the Dam. I mean, if I can't. I mean. It is the best, actually. To be honest with you, I should say that. I mean, I guess depending on which continuity you don't know about.
No, they both know about each other, and they always trade bars with each other. They just never been on screen together.
Okay. Long Box of the Dam is a great innovation, and honestly, I mean that's when we were talking about work, you guys have no idea how much work Long Box of the Dam is. I mean. The makeup alone, I mean, takes him a long time, and it's hot and it's difficult, and
yet the makeup never looks good on screen. Well, I like spending an hour caking this stuff on me, and when it actually goes on, it looks splotchy and all over.
Well, and the other thing is the voice. I mean, you do that voice for an hour or two, and your voice is shot.
Yeah, that's what happened the last time, which is why the next Long Box of the Damned, I'll probably I filmed all of them. All the live action segments in one go that last Long Box of Damned. This time I'll go only 15. It'll still hurt, but it won't hurt as much.
Yeah.
I went through 3 bottles of water during that.
Yeah. Is it true that Mom Cara did not allow Lewis to play Mortal Kombat?
Yes, that is true.
She's so mean.
She was so mean. I had to go over to a friend's house to play Mortal Kombat because she wouldn't let me have Mortal Kombat home.
My friend's house. I had to thwart the rules.
Because it was too violent. I couldn't have that. No. But I could keep watching Power Rangers all I wanted.
Yeah. Right. Go Power Rangers.
Which was considered too violent at the time, to the point where even today they've edited the old footage so it's not quite as much hitting and punching.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's you guys are really comparatively some of the best parents I could have ever had. Because other parents were much more restrictive and dumb.
Okay.
I mean, you're not sending in complaints to the FCC saying this is too violent for my kid.
Oh no, No.
Ludicrous Longbox Love Hog.
I like that one, too.
It's like your rapper name.
That's right. Yo! Yeah, it's funny to see white guys from Minnesota rap. Not really, but yeah.
But yeah, I didn't. I was not a Street Fighter house either. My dad does not play video games except StarCraft and Galcon.
Yeah, StarCraft and Galcon. Anyway, your fans are probably tired of this nonsense. So,
thank you guys for stopping by.
Oh, last question.
Oh, one last question.
Dad Cara, when are you returning to Atop the Fourth Wall? Interesting question.
You know what I think? I think people should watch, especially the 300th episode. What do you think?
I think that might be a good idea. Hint, hint.
Wink. Wink.
I'd be happy to do more future Linkara. We, as you well know.
This is like every week he's asking me.
So you got another part for future Linkara? It's fun. So, all right, Lewis. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And we will get out of your way and let your fans get back to enjoyable entertainment as opposed to this. So.
Yes. No. All right. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it. Thanks, Mom.
Bye.
Bye.
All righty.
It was easier to crash your parties when you lived at our house.
All right. Going back to Countdown for a second, because I have a post scene here, too. If the video quality seems off in this episode during the comic panels, that's because it was around this time that I altered my editing method. Before this, the comic panels were moved from side to side using a program called Microsoft Photo Story. This would export the sequence into its own video file, which I would then put into my video editor. However, at this point, the program simply stopped working, ostensibly because a Windows update had rendered the program obsolete. As such, I had to import the comic panels instead into Premiere and manually assign keyframes and whatnot on where to move. However, what I hadn't realized was that for image files, I had scale to frame size automatically enabled on it. As such, anytime it was zoomed in, Premiere was lowering the quality to match the scale to frame size. After discovering that, I fixed it, and this method is still how I edit today. We'll be right back with number 6 in the countdown in just a moment.